In this episode, let's check out one of the most elite Cobra troops within the G.I. Joe classified line. So, stick around. Dorks and Dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and in this episode, we'll be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Crimson Guard. It's men. Crimson Guard. Whatever you want to call them, this looks like a pretty awesome figure. Again, this is a new release, but it's in old packaging. And yeah, I'm just curious to how that pans out at Hasbro. But anyway, let's get to the good stuff and take a look at this packaging. Yo, Joe! Okay, again, a really nice choice of art style on the front here. And yeah, let's not pay attention to the figure. He'll have his moment, but I really enjoy this art style. It kind of reminds me of like Bill Sienkiewicz art, how it's kind of messy and splattery, but just really well defined and detailed. Now let's take a look at the side of the packaging, and we see how the one guardsman is carried over onto the side with his gun. We have a great picture of a Crimson Guard with his saber up to his helmet. It looks great. I love the lighting of the visor there at the eyes, and great detail of the metal, of Cobra insignia, what have you. And that's interesting. Down here at the bottom, we have, it looks like money from different countries. I mean, that's kind of neat. Yeah, that's a neat thing to throw into the picture. But yeah, really happy with this package art, and yeah, it looks great. So now let's get to the figure. Okay, first impression. What is there not to love about this figure? I mean, first off, it is a new color palette to add to your collection. The crimson red looks great. The silver embellishment of buttons and the Cobra logo, the medals, just pops. It looks great. It looks like he has a lot of great storage options for his weapons. I mean, awesome. The helmet looks great, and this is a perfect recreation of the OG figure. Now, with that being said, there is a Walmart exclusive retro version coming out, and to be honest, I couldn't get anywhere near the pre-orders for it. But I'm very happy with this. There is minimal differences in the retro version to this version, and I mean, they're noticeable, but I mean, you're not going to miss anything if you pick this one up and not that one. But if I ever am lucky enough to find the retro version at my local store, yeah, right, I'll still pick that up, because you can't have too many Cobra Guards. I mean, awesome. Always wanted one as a kid, so I always have an affinity for this character. And with that being said, let's take a look at all the awesome accessories the Crimson Guard has come with. Okay, here we go. Here is some really great gear that the Crimson Guard comes with. First off, we have the bayonet M16 that is reminiscent of the OG character to a T. We also have a gnarly looking knife with a, I don't know, I mean, it's got some flair on the pommel that if you look at it, it looks like a, serpent with its mouth open, or it's just keeping with the gnarly aesthetic. You have a sidearm. You have a backpack that keeps
the exact same look as the original with an awesome silver Cobra insignia on it. And the piece of resistance, the saber and scabbard. I have to say the scabbard was hard to get out of the plastic packaging, so it's kind of warped, but I'm hoping I can fix that. But this gear looks awesome, and I'm really excited to see how it looks on the Crimson Guard. So without further ado, let's take a look. Okay, here we go. The Crimson Guard all decked out in his gear. And every bit of gear fits on his person one way or another. And you actually have options. I want to point out here, first off, on the backpack, you have a peg on the side that can hold his M16, and you also have a hole here on the side that you could put the scabbard into. Also has a hole on his belt for the saber and scabbard, which is very cool. I love having options. So he's got his knife, he has a sidearm, he has everything. He is ready to go. And I mean, that just looks great. A great pose, just works out perfectly. So let's see what kind of cool poses we can put him in while using some of his other gear. Here we go. Our first pose is him leaping into action and pulling his saber from the scabbard. This is, I mean, awesome. I love when I have an idea of how I want to pose them, and it actually works out. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot sometimes. And mind you, I'm not doing anything super dramatic. This is a pretty basic pose, and I'm just pleased that it works out. And this looks pretty awesome. I mean, I might be displaying him like this because I just really dig this vibe. And I have the rifle on his backpack. It fits perfectly, and yeah, very happy with this pose. But let's see what else he can do. Okay, this one is kind of cheating, but I couldn't help myself. I swapped out the helmet for Kamakura's alternate head, which, I mean, his father was a Fred guardsman, so I think this is a perfect Fred. And I mean, we posed him that he's holding the alternate head, the helmet, like he just took his helmet off, and he's got his side piece drawn. I think this looks excellent. I'm very happy with how this turned out. And yeah, always have the Kamakura head to, you know, spice things up, to make something different. And yeah, very happy with this one. So let's do one more pose before we call it a day, and let's see what we can do. Oh, real quick, I forgot to mention that the M16 comes with a removable clip, and after a closer inspection, yes, the pommel of the saber and the knife both have a open serpent's head because the detailing down the handle looks like a snake's scaly body. Anyway, next pose. For our last pose, I went with something very simple. He has his gun, or his rifle, up, and he's kind of tapping his sidearm pistol like, do you really want to go? This pose, I kind of see, you know, he's at a guard tower or standing in the background as Cobra Commander's giving a speech or what have you. I mean, it's a very simple pose, but it looks so great. Very happy with this figure. I honestly can't think of anything bad to say. It is great in every aspect. So, wow. With that being said, 100% happy with this figure, and let's get back to me for the outro.
Okay. Crimson Guard is absolutely perfect in every way. I love that figure. It is everything I hoped it would be and more. I can see why this dude is so hard to come by, because if I had my druthers and budget, I would definitely buy tons of this dude to army build. He's great. I mean, so many fun poses. The fact that you can introduce Kamakura's alternate head to look like a Fred character, and yeah, just awesome. So, very happy with that. So, wrap things up. I'm 100%, 110% happy with the Crimson Guard figure. If you have a chance to get one, get it. If you got a chance to get two, I would say get two of them. And I rarely say that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this episode, or any of the ones that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad, and stay dorky.